What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you, as always, for being here. Hope that you're having a great day. Today we're going to be listening to a little bit of John Cale and Brian Eno. We're going to listen to their song Spinning Away. This is off of their album Wrong Way Up, which was released in 1990. Okay, so why am I listening to this, right? That's always the question. How did I arrive here? Well, one, I saw it in the comments just a few times. Not a lot, but just a few times. Now, John Cale, I don't know what I've heard of him, but I have heard a little bit from his album. I think it's Paris 1919. I think that's his album. But I've heard a little bit of it. I really don't know what. But I remember enjoying what I heard. I heard it and saw it on YouTube recommendations one day. Never heard of him. Decided just to listen. Really enjoyed the little bit I heard. And then, like I said, it connected with this recommendation. You also see Brian Eno's name and you're kind of interested. So that's how we've arrived at this particular spot. Otherwise, I have no idea what to expect from them. Yes, I've definitely listened to Brian Eno. Not much of John Cale. So let's see what the two come up with here together. Hope that you're enjoying the day. Hope that you're going to enjoy the music. Hope that I'm going to enjoy the music as well. Let us go to a little spinning. Hold on. Sorry. My wife just texted me telling me she's on the way. I'm recording after work. Hold on. Let me respond to her if you don't mind really quick. All right, let's go. This is Spinning Away by Brian Eno, John Cale. So truthfully, I would really love to hear more of this album and where this sound goes, either forwards or backwards. To me, this is an emphatic yes. To me, this is a feel-good track. Yes, there's not a lot of changes. There's not a lot of, progression, so to speak, going on. But I do feel like the mood it sets it very well. This feels like a warm sunset in some distant field under some foreign sun. This feels like, one thing I really like about this track is the instrumental density of it. There are so many instruments that are going on between John and between Brian, and then there's some other people in here. There is a lot of instrumentation, and you can hear it. Specifically, you hear the violin, of course. You hear the drums. You hear the bass. Ooh, the bass. I really love the bass line. That's getting down. The cascades of their voices. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of subtlety in the details. But because of the production, of course, by Brian Eno, you're going to get that space in it. There is a lot going on, but I do feel that the density is laid out really nicely. It's laid out like a cake. You can put some weight on the cake, you can push down, but it bounces back. It's dense, but it's light and it's fluffy at the same time. John Cale, I really like the way he sings. This reminds me, in some ways, if you were to take a duo, this reminds me of John and Vangelis, right? John being the singer, Vangelis providing the electronics and the music, typically and overall. Here, you're going to have John Cale providing heavily the voice, it seems like, and then Brian Eno primarily distributing instruments and music. Even though they do share actually a lot of the responsibilities. So maybe that's not a one-to-one comparison. But you can still tell the age of this. You can still tell that in the production. Speaking of which, before I move further, I do want you to answer this question. Let me know your opinion, right? On the track as a whole, what do you or how do you feel about the drum sound in here? Because the drum sound, if you come back to the beginning, it's very, very stereotypical 80s. Very. Very, very. However, I feel personally that it's just up to the line right below of being that overproduced sound. This actually comes across pretty well, showing its age, but not, in my opinion, sounding outdated. I think that this is carried across very well. Once again, this all comes down to production. And who better to have on your production than Mr. Eno? But I think that this is a great sound. The way the instrumentation begins to come in, it comes in floaty, it comes in with that same amount of ambience and space you would expect, but it's built into something not monstrous or catastrophic, but cataclysmic. It comes with a sudden change. By the time you're, here, you're here. Filled. That feels spirit lifting. That feels like we've been taken somewhere. Like I said, under some distant sun. I know that's a weird way of saying that, but this song transports me. And when I listen to music, I listen to music to feel a certain mood or to place myself in a certain mood. I'm more into the mood than, I guess, anything else. How does it make me feel? Not what can you show me, not what am I hearing, but what am I feeling? And this makes me feel a lot of warmth. Let's talk about the lyrics here as well. Up on a hill as the day dissolves, with my pencil turning moments into line. High above in the violet sky, a silent silver plane, it draws a golden chain. So already I'm imagining that he's just drawing scenery, basically. One by one all the stars appear as the great winds of the planet spiral, and spinning away like the night sky of Arlis, in the million insect storm the constellations form. I like that use of million insect storm, and he relates it to stars and constellations forming. That's really cool. I can almost imagine like fireflies looking like stars. On a hill under a raven sky, I have no idea exactly what I've drawn. Some kind of change, some kind of spinning away, with every single line moving further out of time. I like that because as he's drawing or painting, whatever he's doing, like he's creating a still moment in time, even though time is technically still moving on outside of his canvas. And now as the pale moon rides, her form in my pale blue lines. And there in the world rolls around, as the world rolls around, I draw but the lines move around. There as the great wheels blaze, I draw but my drawing fades. And now as the old sun dies, I draw and the four winds sigh. I kind of take that as, he starts with a subject, maybe that scenery in front of him, which is what I'm kind of gathering. He's starting with a subject, and as you start at that particular time, the world, whatever you're drawing, begins to move, begins to change, even if not literally, time moves forward. And slowly, whatever you're drawing, whatever you're inspired by, also begins to change. It begins to be influenced by yourself, your art, your drawing, your painting. So there's a change, there's a different course of direction from the subject, even though you're both based on the central figure or subject or whatever it is. So spinning away, he's kind of spinning away in that realm. Maybe he's spinning away by getting into that certain flow when you're really getting into your hobby. Or, I'm getting something like that. or it could be something completely different. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. Let me know if you would like me to continue on, because I really would like to hear a little bit more, at least, of this album. If we don't want to do it here, then, I'll do it on my own. I'll listen to it on my own. But, it's usually more fun to do it with one another. You can also follow me at a bunch of places, blah, 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 blah. My cat is now at the door, wanting to come in. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you, as always, for being here. I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. Bye.